New details in the Julio Foolio hit in Tampa, Florida. Now, take a seat or just go grab you a drink, roll you one up, because we're about to solve this case tonight. First of all, I'm going to start by debunking the theory that somebody set Julio Foolio up. And I'm finna break it down how I know Julio Foolio was the cause of him being hit and his ops finding his location. Now, first, let's debunk this theory that Julio Foolio was not that picture. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to this first. I'm finna debunk the whole theory that someone set Julio Foolio up. So you all that been going out posting posts, putting these people life in danger, saying that someone set them up. You all need to go apologize. I'm about to debunk that theory right now, because here is Julio Foolio letting everyone know in this post where he was gonna be, what city he was gonna be, which was Tampa, Florida, and he dropped this post on what date? On the 14th of June, and his birthday was on the 22nd, which was I think the day that he was taken out, either that day or the following day. But a week prior, now he gave his ops the jump. They had plenty of time to plan, go rent a car, call the other ops that Julio slid on, because it looked to me that it was more than one op, or either more than one, 2 or 3 culprits from the same gang. Maybe they had some more of his ops from an opposing gang that they were cool with to get their lick back. They wanted to get their lick back, so they joined in. But this proves that Julio Foolio dropped his own location a whole week prior. June the 4th post, a whole week prior, he was letting people know he was going to Tampa. So that whole theory has been debunked. Now we know, we got that out of the way. We already know that Julio Foolio gave his ops the drop mistakenly. I guess Julio didn't think that they would drive all the way to Tampa, a whole different city, to carry out this hit. Then it looks as if that Julio Foolio was feeling that his day was numbered. His days was numbered, because Julio Foolio had a lot of ops in Jacksonville. Not only Young and Ace, but I'm sure more people, more rappers, or more people in Florida besides Young and Ace, and what they gang is KTA. I mean, KTA or whatever it is, AK, whatever it is. But anyway, I'm sure he had more than one op. And here's a post that Julio Foolio dropped on April the 4th, months before his birthday. My life been tragic. God been trying to send me a message, multiple attempts on my life. I keep surviving. I keep losing my brothers to jail and graveyards, but I know the Most High doing everything for a reason. He let me walk again for a reason. My tape that dropped tonight at 12 is reflection on everything I've been through. I hope y'all can relate. Link in my bio. So Julio knew that God kept sparing his life, and he also said that he lost a lot of people in his gang war, and it seems to me that he knew God wasn't gonna keep sparing him, so he had enough times to make a change, but he didn't. But hope he rest in peace. Now let's jump into this since we debunked that theory about Julio being set up. Let's get into this crime scene. I discovered a lot of things in this crime scene. Now that's the shooter. Now what we don't know, I don't want to show it too long because YouTube be tripping. But what we don't know, what direction the shooters came from. But what I do know, based on Julio dropping his location, letting these ops know where he was going to be a week in advance, that tells me that they didn't probably go the same day to Tampa. They could have, but in order to case the scene out, if that was me, I would, knowing that he was going to be in Tampa, and after not knowing where he was going to be at first, I would monitor his Instagram account, knowing that rappers always like to flodge and go live, and that is just what Julio did. Now, if it wasn't for them getting put out the Airbnb, it probably would have went different. But anyway it go, something probably was gonna happen because they already had the drop. They were already in Tampa. But by him getting put out the Airbnb made it a little easier because he not only dropped his location advertising his birthday party, he does it again. He go live telling people he got put out the Airbnb and the party gonna resume at the hotel. So okay, now the ops know where to go rent a room at for the night or where to stake out at. Now I'm thinking that Foolio ops was in the parking lot somewhere, because this is where the shooting took place. Foolio was, I think, bad in this spot. And that's why the news people were saying at first that it was a Holiday Inn. And a lot of people got confused saying, why would they say Holiday Inn when the car was found near another hotel called Home 2 Hotel? The reason why they said that, because that's where the shooting took place. And Julio tried to pull off, and he went in that direction. And evidently, there was another guy waiting in that area that ambushed Julio. And that's where the car stopped at. So the car was in two locations. It was parked at first, and it ended up by the Holiday Inn Hotel. And what I don't know, if did the ops come that day, come prior and were just riding around trying to find the right time, or did they already have a hotel in the area? The third option scenario could be they could have been already parked in the parking lot, just like this white Jeep in the parking lot. You can be knelt down in the car because it got tinted windows, and you wouldn't even know nobody in there. And they could have snaked Julio that way by being in the car, just slumped down in the parking lot, waiting for him to pull back in. That could have happened. But nevertheless, his ops were there prior, waiting on Julio. Now, what gets me is all of in this green circle is where I can't say the word B hit, and y'all know what I mean. And really why I gotta say that, because YouTube be tripping, but that goes to show that the person that was shooting was standing a little ways from the front entrance right there where the green circle is at. He had to been standing off, or else someone was in the car returning fire back toward in his direction for it to hit this green pole right here. Because the green pole would hit, not the green pole, but the white pole would hit. So that tells me it might been gunfire exchanged from more than one direction. Either someone was standing in front, I mean, a little ways back from that white pole and was shooting in the direction of the car. And here's another picture of the homestead, I mean, the hotel that I'm talking about. That was the homestead is where Foolio was at first, and the car ended up near closer to the Holiday Inn. Let's go on to the next one. Now here's a picture that show you where the car was at first. I guess the red one, the red circle is where the car was parked in that area somewhere at first, and it ended up on this lawn area right here, where that green circle is at. So Foolio came toward the green circle, and someone must have been on the corner of that building and came and met him, or they was in the car, one, and cut him off and finished him off right there. So that tells me that if he got encountered almost 200 feet away, ain't no way that person can run well. I mean, that far, that quick. So that tells me another car cut him off, or someone was on the other side. So it had to be 2 to 3 guys carrying out the hit. Just another picture of showing where Foolio ended up at. That's something different. And this is the car. And I think the car was towed and put in that position. Now, what is very strange about this whole thing, I don't see any shell casing. Because normally you'll see shell casing markers on the ground showing where, you know, the shell casings were, and they'll be numbered. And they would this the crime scene right there with a white circuit. They should be in that area right there. For some reason, there's no shell casing unless they pick their shell casing up. Now, I'm not sure unless Tampa do theirs differently. Tampa police, I'm not sure. But let me outline everything now. The suspects. Now, a lot of people are saying that Young and Ace couldn't have did it because he's bragging and dropping diss tracks and all that. And I thought the same thing, but at the same time, if you look at the bigger picture, if someone took out your brother and your friends like that, and you almost lost your life, I probably would try to do the same thing. And out of all suspect, who would want one of the baddest? Young and Ace would. Now, the question is, did Young and Ace carry it out? I wouldn't think so. I think that someone in his crew probably carried it out, or he could have paid for a hit from someone else. But it looks to me that Young and Ace just may be behind it, or someone from his gang, or it could be someone from. But we do know whoever it was came from Jacksonville. And that's why Foolio was so relaxed, because he knew he was 2 to 3 hours away from Jacksonville. And he least suspected that someone would go that far and carry out a hit in a whole new city, a whole nother city. So, Foolio dropped his own location. And it seems to me that whoever it was, they planned, they found out that Foolio would be in Tampa a week prior. They called their homies or whoever that was involved, to arrange the hit. And I'm thinking they were there prior to his birthday. And the whole day I'm thinking they were casing it out. They could have had females there or whatever. But they were casing him out the same day. And by Julio changing venues, that really made it easy for him. And I'm sure they was in their hotel parking lot all night waiting for Julio to come back. And they carried out their hit that same night. I keep you posted. If I find any more details and developments, please subscribe, hit that like button. See you soon.